Supernanny Joe Frost urges parents to quit bad habit now as it's causing chaos. Supernanny Joe Frost warns kids are being robbed of comfort from their dads. The programs were incredibly popular on both sides of the Atlantic, and Joe became a multimillionaire in the process. Celebrity fans include Hugh Jackman, Britney Spears, and Adele, who apparently watched hours of Supernanny reruns before the birth of her son last year. After years of living an itinerant existence, she quit Supernanny and now has finally laid down roots of a kind in California. I'd been back and forth from Los Angeles for 9 years, and even though I'm still traveling from family to family, I do have a home here in Orange County now, she says. Very much planned to step back from Supernanny, and it gave me the opportunity to look for a home and feel a little bit settled, so I could take things to the next step. The next step, as opposed to the naughty step, the place at the foot of the stairs where Joe would famously send misbehaving tots during the show, involves her latest book, Joe Frost's Toddler SOS, as well as plans for a new U.S. series. The new show isn't just about helping the children, it's also about looking at the whole family dynamic and working with adults, teenagers, toddlers, babies, and grandparents too, she says. We haven't yet decided what to call the show, but I'm enjoying making it because we just roll with it and it's very loose. Loose probably isn't the term that would have described Joe in her first incarnation as Supernanny, the occasionally stern, finger-wagging toddler troubleshooter replete with business suits and severe updo. She was styled as a dominatrix cum nanny, a dominanny if you will, but these days, the severity has gone. Joe's hair flowing loose around her shoulders, her skin warm and tanned. It was an image nonetheless that, as well as stopping misbehaving youngsters in their tracks, also spawned a rather more adult following, with men of a certain disposition wanting to be placed on her personal naughty step. I did used to get that kind of fan mail, she giggles. It sort of started when Jimmy Kimmel, a U.S. chat show host, asked if I was single, and when I said yes, I got letters from guys sending me photos of themselves posing on the bonnet of their cars or asking me out to dinner. But men in search of a stern telling off need no longer apply. Joe is very much off the market. She's been seeing her boyfriend, location coordinator Darren Jackson, for several months now, having worked with him on the U.S. version of Supernanny. I'm so happy with him. We've known each other for a long time, and he's supportive and gets the work I do, she says. I love being with him and hanging out and doing things together. I'm just really enjoying it. When I'm rushing around here, there, and everywhere, he's very much a strong support for me. Marriage may be a possibility. You'll have to watch this space. But having had the benefits of a secure upbringing, Joe admits, I've learned certain life skills just from watching my parents. I've learned how to resolve differences of opinion and how to work as a team, and I think that's very important. In my job, I see breakdowns in communication a lot of the time, and I see where a man and his wife aren't talking to one another, so I'm conscious about that not happening in my own relationship. Now 41, Joe has also become accustomed to being asked about that other central irony of her life, that a woman so good with children doesn't have kids of her own. But it's something that may be there in the future, she says. I'm not there right now. I'm just enjoying my work and my time off, but I don't feel my biological clock ticking. I work a lot with families who adopt children, and I'm passionate about adoption. There are so many children out there who need loving homes. So, I would absolutely consider adoption. I definitely don't feel that I have to give birth to a child in order to love them and be their mother. Before she became Supernanny, after responding to an advertisement placed in a parenting magazine 10 years ago by a TV production company, Joe was just your run-of-the-mill nanny with over 15 years on-the-job experience. One of her charges was Harry, the baby son of Blackadder and QI producer John Lloyd, and indeed it is to Lloyd that Joe dedicates her latest book, Joe Frost's Toddler SOS. It deals with every aspect of toddlers, from their eating habits and discipline, to how to bond and play with your children at that age, to potty training and sleep deprivation. There's a lot of conflicting advice out there, and my approach is to give them the facts about what they need and why they need it. I dedicated the book to John because he always encouraged me to write books, and both he and his wife, Sarah, were so supportive. They just feel like family now. Joe remains incredibly close to her own family, despite the distance between them, and stays with her father, Michael, a builder, whenever she's back home in London. People always find that weird, but where do they expect me to stay? She laughs. The Savoy. Her mother, Joa, hailed from Gibraltar, and it was her death from breast cancer almost 20 years ago that has remained the single darkest period of Joe's life. I was very close to my mother. She was an incredible woman, an amazing role model with her attitude and her compassion. I was so young when she passed away, and I was just devastated. She's missed every day, says Joe, her voice catching slightly. No doubt Joe's mom would be thrilled with her little girl's achievements. She may no longer front Supernanny in the States. Her replacement, Deborah Tillman, advocates the calm-down corner rather than the naughty step, a rather anemic substitute that elicits a considered chuckle from Joe. But with a new show due to air later this year, and a brand new chap, Joe admits, I'm very happy. Happy with my career and happy with my personal life, and I'm really excited about the year ahead. And unlike some of those miscreants who found themselves on her naughty step, she admits, I'm in a really good place right now. The successful show will be returning to our screens after an almost decade-long break. So, let's get to know the TV personality turned author, who invented the concept of the naughty step. Supernanny will be back on the small screen in New Year's, well, January 1st to be precise. Joe was seen in a trailer for the show, which will return with 20 all-new episodes and be aired on Lifetime. The teaser, which parodies the Taken movies, starring Liam Neeson, sees Frost receiving an ominous phone call while seated in the back of a black SUV. After being told that the subject has taken matters into his own hands, she leaves a Neeson-style message. She says, I'm here because I have a specific set of skills. Skills that I have perfected throughout my entire career. We then see Frost wearing heels and a smart black suit, stalking up a driveway and into the wreckage of a family home. Upon entering the home, the British star finds the residence destroyed and no one to be found. If you listen to me now, this whole situation may turn out different for you, she says on the phone as the trailer cuts to her walking through the house, where she comes across somebody laying